Start recording. And hello again! It's me, Bodity, and...
Me! Again, the best commentator.
Siberian.
Welcome to a crash course on how to commentate while not knowing anything about the format. We start
Don't
with
say
the
that.
best field spell, and everything goes downhill from there.
I mean, he qualified for champ, so that's something. But anyways, speaking of Trinity Tournaments, this is the semifinals of the August tournament. Total versus Asui Kitsune. I always hope I'm saying that right. And
Flip versus, what's the matchup?
shoot, I forgot. Oh wait, never mind. It's Noids.
Great. Oh, nice.
Yeah, sadly for the Noid aficionados out there, our two top 8 Infernoid players played a mirror match in the quarterfinals, and so only one could live. And
Also, Bodity was too busy sleeping to commentate that, but we won't say that.
Oh yeah, I'm a sleepy boy. It's true. Swarm of Scarabs is OP.
I mean,
you play Pac-Man.
This when you can, yes, but in Pac-Man I ran like 20 pieces of attack negation. Here you have only one shot with the density. I'm not sure if it's enough. I mean, I guess you can maybe get. I can't remember perfectly the deck. Is there a way to get Uma Streets right now so you can set Phosphor and set Uma Streets and then use that to remove?
He can send. It looks like he sends Zephyros, though. I was going to say he can send Nemesis Warrior, but opening Hidden City and one of your dudes that you can just normal summon, then flip down to summon your big sub-terror from hand is like the ideal flip opener for this, because as you can see, you can like Lavolval chain it up and send your Zephyros, which is like really strong because you can reuse the Hidden City for its search. Or if you're really spicy, you can reuse Future Fusion if you feel like it.
By the way, regarding what I was saying about attack negation, and he left Phosphor face up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Swarm is dead. It's a dead card right now.
Yeah, basically. But
yeah, this is the thing. I don't love them in Flip because you don't have the consistent layers of protection that you would otherwise have in Pac-Man. I mean, consistent with pretty heavy icons. Here, the Swarm and the Lakuda are more than anything a way to trigger the sub-terrors.
Yeah, I mean, he's even playing this maximum spicy mid-shield Gardna, which is just an 1800 duder who can set himself. But you can play lots of stuff. Like, there's a bunch of Yugioh monsters that you can normal summon and then just set immediately.
Total is crying, probably.
Yeah, this hand is butts. Those mills were butts, too. This is bad. He's not even beating over the Swarm of Scarabs because the draw is better.
The draw. This is rough.
Yeah. We might even see like a swift blowout in the form of Future Fusion actually sticking around enough to get the like wild send. There's a lot of cards in hand, but Noids are a brickfest, so draw your broken feast combo. Super broken. So broken.
You know what you're getting into when you decided to play a deck.
Yeah, really. It's like, it's very powerful, but there's a severe trade-off for that power. It looks like all he's got is the field spell, which is nice. It summons tokens and lets you banish Noids from the field instead of grave or hand. So you can like banish the tokens. It's nice. Oh.
This is a stop in draw phase. This is interesting.
Yeah, it looks like he does not want that Future Fusion send to go off. And not even mad about pitching the Mana Dragon. It like...
This is the thing that you often forget, is that you actually do get priority in the draw phase. So you should take advantage of moments like this.
Yeah, because Future Fusion is during your first standby phase. Damn, you suck. I was gonna go Hyper Plus. Well, yeah, that's why he had to stop it. That's okay, though. This is still, like, pretty savage, because you can, like, Zephyros return the Hidden City and activate the Hidden City for a search, and, like, flip-flop your flippy-floppy sub-terrors for big pluses.
Yeah, but Zephyros is still face up, so you can't get
Yeah,
special from the end.
you can't set from hand, but you can like go wild. I wonder if he might be thinking about whether or not he has lethal here. It depends on like what sort of extra deck he's got. But he has like a normal summon and 3100 damage on board.
Okay, yeah, I took back City. That's the start.
Yeah, that's probably it. But he might be thinking about like what to Rhoda for too. Looks like returning that city is the start here. I remember looking it up once for like flip reasons. I think there's a rank 4 that can set itself. So like you could rank 4. Or maybe there's only Dragulus, which is a rank 6, but it's super cute either way. Rhoda for the Nemesis Warrior is classic and good. And it looks like Mid-Shield Gardena is useful because it is a Rhoda target. So if you if you have the Warrior, you can use it to get your big
So
sub-terrors
now
from
we
hand.
could, I think, set Phosphor, summon Phosphor, mill the 3000 guy.
Then Fiendus.
And, then Fiendus, get back that guy. It's 77,000. No, it was 7,700. Doesn't.
Yeah, also it Fiendus summons in face-up defense position. It's only
yeah,
face-up or face-down defense. But I mean, the fact that he has these,
read?
like... the fact that he has these, like, wild lines where he can just, like, throw everything down.
This one. That was a mistake.
2. What does this mean? Are you using the Nemesis Warrior effect? Oh, just going for big beats now. It looks like he was thinking about it like we were figuring out whether or not this is game and couldn't find a way, even though it's pretty close. Really close. Man.
See, we should have attacked with Swarm.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
Because it only can target opponent's monsters. Then if he played Gaga Ga Cowboy, it would have been game. But it's not like this is bad. This is like such an advantageous position.
Yeah, I don't think you can get out of this. Especially Eden City plus Uma Streets is unlocked pretty much.
Yeah, backed with the Fiendus negation. It's a big oof.
The biggest of oofs.
Yeah, can just like mill whatever he wants.
Okay, this game is over. How do you sideboard?
Are you ahead of me again?
No, I'm not. But realistically speaking, this game isn't.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty much over. So versus
found another city. Yeah, this was over last turn probably. Okay, talking about the sideboard.
Yeah, so you definitely are ahead of me because you were talking about what the beast drew into before I saw him send beast. But yeah, this sideboard wise for Infernoids, there's like a lot because they're vulnerable to all graveyard hate. They're like an inherently graveyard based deck, which is very easy to target with like DD Crow and its friends.
Wouldn't it be easy if a card like, I don't know, Macro was in this format?
Well, that's something that changed a little bit in the ban list that happened after this tournament. Because I was going to say, siding against Flip, you have like Light of Intervention and stuff still legal for this tournament at least, which is like hard floodgates for setting stuff, which just makes all the sub-terror shenanigans pretty weak. But I don't know. It's hard to side for the wide variety of matchups that you can run into in Trinity. So I think it's good to try and side like generic stuff that you know is useful, but that you can tune your deck, like whether or not you're going first or second. You can bring in traps or hand traps and like
but
back row
this
removal
is
and
the
stuff.
thing. 99% of people, and I include myself in this, of course, not only don't know how to sideboard, they also don't know how to build a sideboard. Because technically, your sideboard should complement your deck's bad matchup. Because if you are already favored in a certain matchup, you don't need to bring any more 8 from the side, because you already have the upper end.
Yeah.
So you should devote your slots to cards that can help you 8 out other more dire matchups. And no one does that. A lot of sideboards I see just put random 8 for stuff that you are already having an easy matchup in.
Yeah, it's like important to understand what role each card in your side plays. As a matter of fact, it's something that a lot of people are lazy about, but that I think is good.
Oh yeah, I never built a sideboard. I
Is
just take
to
15 generic answer and that
yeah,
I couldn't put in the main, and
you
just put in
like
the side.
I was gonna say I think that people don't do this enough, but they should. It doesn't really. It's like for Trinity and for any other actual game, know your sideboard plan by the matchup before you start the tournament. Like you should know this. You know why you built your side and what cards you included and why. So why don't like you need to be ready so you don't have to think about it like, oh, this card's good against this matchup. I'll bring in this one, I guess. Like you can know this card is for this, and that matchup. That's card for these other matchups, and so on.
A thing they say in MCG is that you shouldn't build a 60 cards deck with a sideboard. You should build a 75.
Yeah. This one's over. I mean, we've been talking about sideboarding like it was over. Oh, just realized I forgot to turn off the sound this time, so I hope no one got too blasted. It's just like so normal for me. Anyways, you were the one who always complained about the sound on the streams, Siberian.
Oh, that's not true. I complained it like twice.
Yeah, and that's why I stopped doing them with sound.
Treetop, the first time was like mute. Yeah, nobody could hear that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that was because we were still figuring out the setup. Still are, in a sense. But, it's going better, so leave feedback if there's, like, if Siberian needs to buy a new mic because he has that, like, weird annoying squeak going on all the time.
I know that I have to buy a new mic, but I'm broke, so send money, please.
I actually should probably buy a better mic now that I'm doing this more seriously. I
Or
will
even
have...
better, you should buy me a better mic. Now that I'm doing this seriously.
No, no one likes you better than me. Get out of here with your lies.
Sure about it, and sure. Keep telling yourself that. Anyway, my match is started.
Yeah, you're ahead of me by like 3 seconds or something.
So
I only saw one finished sighting and the other
okay,
hasn't.
then when they draw their starting end, tell me so I
Go.
can... Okay. And we are on.
I said go when I saw the first and second, by the way, not the starting hand.
Ah, goddamn. Okay, when Total resolves his first card.
Okay. Spoilers, now I know Total went first.
I mean, what were you expect?
You spoiled me for 5 seconds worth of whatever the heck we're watching here. Dueling Book replay.
Oh my god.
This is a pretty
This is
good
the best
hand.
way to spend an evening.
It's mid-afternoon for me. Okay, go. He just activated Vanishment. Oh wow, this gonna be savage. Eat pants. Wow, that's okay. At least one of the Decatrons can't be an Unnunku because it was in hand. But the fact that Asui had no hand trap and Vanishment plus any card is a feast resolve. Does anyone else broken feast combo? I mean, what did? But you had to go and kill him. And now, not many people because Vanishment went to Ko, which is a really hefty hit.
So, is this game over? I know none of
Probably
these cards,
not.
but I heard that Fist is an auto GG button.
No.
Is that
Mostly
correct?
people who are mad, like,
Oh, of course. So, like,
you know who I'm talking
Gorn.
about. Shade, yeah. But Feast lets you summon a bunch of Noids from deck with total levels equal 8. So you get a
It's
6
not.
and 2 level 1s, and the level 1s are Decatrons, and the Decatrons can copy your big Anunku and Devyati. So you establish a 2 negate board while putting 5 names in grave. And that's pretty good for like a 1-card start. But the problem is you have to play Infernoid cards.
Tremble, fuckface.
Basically FTK. So
Stupid
broken
bitch.
it got banned. Man, your trash talk's too next level. Yeah, so one of the Anunkus will copy like a Sitesimus or something because the one of the Decatrons won't copy Anunku. Blech. Even though I know all their names, I still screw it up sometimes. I played this deck in the TCG for a while because it's fun. Yeah, so one's copying Devyati, and the other is copying Sitesimus, just like I said. I hope I said it right, though. But yeah, it's like, oh man, so scary, except this is technically only Devyati can negate a monster effect activation by tributing a monster. So it's the Scurry negate. So it's not it's like this is still technically a 1 negate board and it's definitely beatable, even though there's like a follow-up of maybe 2 big Noids worth, 3, if you only summon the 2 banished guys. But yeah, so this is a fairly tame
Fist.
start compared to like last game from Asui here. He like can only set the hedgehog, I think, or like an archer. Yeah, I was gonna say, but that like monster effect can technically be negated, but it can also just beat over the negate. Oh boy, how scary! And like there wasn't ever any window to negate a monster effect there, and because he drew the Anunku, like no torrential, weird. Yeah, and so this is like, even though total resolved feast, I think Asui's winning right now. Even it's like 4 noids are scary, but like that's a long way from winning the game. What's going on here? A link summon?
It's a link.
Decatron increases its level by the level of what was sent, so you could technically do like some fancy XYZ shenanigans, even though none of the Infernoids are the same level. Like if you had summon an 8 and then use Decatron to send a 7 to increase its level to 8. Infernoid extra decks are actually pretty tight. Like, it's a pain to try and figure out what to prioritize. But
This is not an unpopular opinion, so probably it's not even worth mentioning. But God, I hate the Chimera's artwork.
oh yeah, it's freaky looking. I don't like
It's
it.
really
It's
bad.
not cute at all. It's pretty good. It floats into a Decatron if it dies, and
Yeah, like
buffs your
if you play
Noid
this
board.
card IRL, please alter it for the love of the community. Even if a judge DQs you, it's still worth it.
Alter Dart. Technically, you're allowed to like ask the head judge of any event whether or not Alter Dart's okay. I have a signed Thousand Eyes Restrict, signed by the voice actor for Pegasus,
Oh, that's
Darren
good.
Dunstan, and it's awesome. And I like have been able to use that in tournament before. Rip the board. Mirror Force isn't like that blowout here though, because the Doolittle Chimera floats. May as well banish the terraforming. But yeah, you can destroyed by battle or card effect. Add a fire monster, and that's why you banished the Sajet instead of double Decatron. Even though the Sajet can technically summon itself, it's like the worst one of the ones in grave to summon. Cat. Yes, this is a cat. It's an ugly cat, but it is. Furry. Also sort of true. So, he's still got one summon left. We'll see if he normals the Decatron and sends Petrulia or something, probably, to fire off at one of the back row. One of the little ones. Probably not Harmadic, because you don't want to give your opponent the Nemesis Archer float, if possible. Yep, so there's the Petrulia. Gonna fire it off at the Storm Duster, which will just chain at whatever this back row is. Well, presumably the Storm Duster. I guess, yeah. Hitting Hidden City isn't really scary. Like, there's not a Zephyros in grave yet. Wow, what a saucy side card.
Yeah.
This is, like, good, though.
Like this, it's Entraps and mostly Shadows, all Shadows.
And it hits
And
Nemesis Warrior and stuff.
Nemesis Warrior, and can Fiendes trigger from the grave?
No, it's like in hand or on field.
Yeah.
Damn, these are good draws though. He's got like these one of powerful sub-terror support cards. And he can set the hedgehog. So like Total's really riding on all these names he has in grave. But summoning Sightsamus and attacking the like hedgehog to banish the Nemesis archers pretty useful. So might just go with that line. You should ununku me. Yeah. No. The Avarice is like not really doing anything, and it looks to be a fair ways out from doing anything, but when it does, it's really strong though, so I like this card. Even though it's ugly, it's like interesting ugly, not like Doolittle Chimera.
I still don't get the Hitler mustache, but again, it's weird.
Looks like a little hold up here. Don't know what's going on, but hopefully it's not a DC. I should take this opportunity to read these long sub-terror cards. Oh, that is a DC. Rip.
Oh.
Dang, that game wasn't over, but
I mean, yeah, with Deviati and Onunku still on end, there were a lot of options, but well, not a lot of options, but there were options.
Damn.
Rip.
Yeah. Maybe. All right. Anyways, thanks for joining us, peoples. We'll see you in the finals.
Well, bye.
Bye.